Hi everyone, my name is Kayla. I'm a Bachelor of Health Science Naturopathy and I'm a naturopathic Kayla Nutri Naturopath. Welcome to my podcast Awareness. And today I have Rebecca, a registered clinical counsellor, joining me today to talk about Bears of Hope. Hi Rebecca, how are you today?
Hello, Kayla. I'm well, thanks.
That's good. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for inviting me on to speak about Bears of Hope.
No, you're so welcome. Could you please tell us what Bears of Hope is?
Sure. So, we're a registered charity who provide leading support to parents who have experienced pregnancy or infancy loss. We offer a range of sort of professional support options, and that's because grief is unique for everyone. So, we want to make sure that we're kind of supporting everyone with what they need. And one of our main aims is to reduce some of that isolation that comes with this type of grief so parents know they're not alone.
Really important, yeah, because I think unless you've sort of, lost a child, you wouldn't know what that feels like and you would sort of feel isolated. So it's, good that there's something out there to help those that need it. Definitely. Could you please tell me about your counselling services?
Sure. So that's one of our main support services. We have six professional counsellors and an intake counsellor, male and female, so that parents get to choose. It's free for one or both parents to attend. We have no limit to how many sessions they can have. It's offered in three locations in Sydney face to face and in Hobart. We also do online or telephone nationwide. And we have online chat, which is just the typing, no microphone or camera. And that's really helpful for people where their grief is really raw and they just can't talk out loud about it just yet. We have sessions available up to 8 p.m. on most weeknights, and we can get people in within a week if they're flexible with times. So we really helpful. We also see a lot of parents initially for the grief around the loss of their baby, but then pregnancy after loss as well, because a lot of fears come up when they're pregnant again after a loss.
Yeah, I could imagine, that would be sort of scary and triggering if to fall pregnant again if you've, lost a child before. So that's, really great that, that's there for them if, they need it and stuff. Definitely.
Absolutely,
And sorry, can you go ahead? Sorry.
I was just going to say that the anxiety in a pregnancy after a loss really becomes very apparent. So that's why a lot of people come back to counselling then.
It's really good that it's there for them, so like you said, if they're suffering with that anxiety, they're able to talk through it and get the support they need. Definitely. And you have grief workshops and wellness groups as well, is that correct?
We do. So we have a one-day grief workshop called Looking Inward at Grief. Last year we ran them in regional areas, and this year we're focusing on bigger cities around the country. So we've done Perth and Melbourne this year, and we've got Wollongong, Kingscliff, Adelaide, and Noosa coming up. It's a one-day workshop. It's free for parents to attend, and it just enables them to look closely at their reactions to grief and reflect on that. And we also talk about coping strategies. And we have a sport and support weekend, which is a workshop for fathers specifically. We run that once a year, and that's sort of using outdoor activities to help them reflect on their grief as well. The wellness groups are things that we run monthly. So we have a number of them face to face in Sydney and in Canberra. We're doing some in the Central Coast and Blue Mountains, hopefully later this year. And we have an online one that's available to people nationwide. It's just a space for people. It's facilitated by a counsellor or psychologist, and it enables them to connect with other parents. And a lot of families find that realizing they're not alone and that other people share the same feelings as them can be really helpful for them.
Yeah, definitely. That's really good. And like you were saying, you have the Facebook peer groups as well, is that correct?
We do. So they are private Facebook groups. We have three. So there's a parent support one, and we have about 5,000 people in that. And again, it's a safe space for people to get on and write how they're feeling, show pictures of their baby, ask questions of each other, and generally support each other. We have another group for those who are pregnant or trying to conceive after a loss. And we have a group for family and friends as well, because we realise that they're also impacted by loss. that they often
Yeah.
get about.
Yeah, so it's that sort of ripple effect. It's, the parents and the families and the friends as well. And I think, like you were saying, it's really good, that if, someone doesn't feel ready to speak about it, they can still write about their feelings. They don't have to, bottle it in.
Exactly.
Yeah. And could you please tell us about your bears, Hope, Sophie, and Xavier?
So we have 3 bears in our family. Hope is for early loss, where parents don't get to see or hold their baby. Hope's the smallest bear and fits nicely in the palm of your hand. Sophie is a slightly larger bear, and that's for those who have loss through later miscarriage or stillbirth or loss shortly after birth. That's for people who are able to see and hold their baby. And Xavier is the largest bear, and he is for those who have loss after birth, for example, in the NICU or during infancy. And these bears are donated in honour of another baby. So by receiving one of our bears, the family receiving them know they're not alone from the very start, that the donating family has also experienced this type of loss. And it gives them something tangible to hold when they leave hospital as well.
Yeah, definitely. So as you were saying, so the bears can either be donated or purchased, is that right?
So you can donate a bear in honour of your own baby or a baby that's special to you. And then those donated bears, we give them to the hospitals to pass on as part of our resource support pack to give to families who have experienced loss. For those who do donate a bear to another family, we have a register online so that those who have received one can let the donating family know how much it means to them to have received it. Or if someone wants to purchase one directly, they can do that on our website as well.
And yeah, so like you were saying, people are able to share their bear's legacy of love.
Yes, so the legacy of love is if you make a one-off donation on our website in honour of a baby that's special to you, there's an option of an online tribute to that baby on our website. And again, these donations that come through our website are used to fund the resources and support bears that are given to hospitals to pass on to the bereaved families.
Mhm. Could you tell us what's your Hugs for Hope campaign?
This is for when people want to fundraise for us. So oftentimes families want to give back and they might run a community fundraising event, a sausage sizzle or a fun run or something else. And they might raise a certain amount of money. They donate that to us and it's used by us again to cover the support resources that we send to hospitals to give to the families. The bears, the information pack, etc., and keepsakes.
And do you have a shop that people can buy things from?
We do. So we have, it's available on our website. There's an online shop. People can buy a number of keepsakes. We have some specialty items as well, things branded with Bears of Hope. It's all up there for sale.
Mhm. And you have certificates for like families as well, is that correct?
We do. So we have on our website, people can download a certificate in recognition of a baby's life. There's a couple of different options they can choose from. And this is a really lovely way for parents to honour their baby and have something tangible to keep. A lot of times with those early losses, people might not get photos or scans or anything. So this can be really important for them to have something physical to hold.
And you also have baby keepsake books as well, is that right?
Yeah, so these are included in our resource bags that we give out to hospitals with the Sophie and the Xavier bears. And they're a little booklet that allows parents to record birth details, special memories about their babies, pictures, footprints, locks of hair, etc. So they've got a permanent reminder of all the things that are special about their little one.
Mhm. And could you tell us what paddle cots are?
Paddle cots are a bassinet with sort of beautiful embroidered linen. So they look like a normal baby bassinet. However, they have an inbuilt cooling system. And this allows parents to spend more time with their precious baby, to make those special memories before they have to say a final goodbye. So a lot of hospitals have them, and we actually donate them to hospitals. And then families might get to spend, extra hours or days or as much time as is possible with the baby before they have to say goodbye. And a lot of families tell us that this makes all the difference to them, helping them with their grief.
Yeah, and I think it's really important, that this expands the time that they have with their child, so that they're not rushed and they can take the time and make those memories, like you're saying.
Exactly. It means they get to, sometimes, depending on the circumstances, maybe bathe and dress their baby, have photos taken, have family come in to meet them, all the important things that might not get to happen if the cuddle cots weren't available.
Yeah, exactly. And how can people give to you?
There are a number of ways that people can support us. So people can make donations through our websites, they can attend our events, or they can volunteer. All the information for all of that's on our website. We have a lot of organisations offer to come in to our warehouse and pack support resources for us, or we always need volunteers for helping with some of the events we run. And of course, fundraising is always helpful as well, because
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
fully run on private donations.
Yeah, so and you can keep doing, the important work that you're doing and supporting, families and things. Definitely. And if you know someone or a couple that have, suffered a loss, how can you support them?
The best way to support someone is just to be there and listen to them and don't judge. Grief is unique for everyone, so don't assume that you know how they feel. Use their baby's name if they've chosen one, because most parents love to hear it spoken out loud. Check in on them regularly, not just for the first week or so, because that grief hasn't just got fixed after a couple of weeks. They'll be living with that grief. Um, if you can offer support practically, that's great, but be specific. So, can I bring you a meal on Tuesday? Can I walk your dog on Wednesday? If you just say, oh, let me know if I can help with anything, they probably won't, because when they're right in the middle of that acute grief, they're not able to think of logical stuff. So another really important thing is not to minimize their grief by saying things like, you can always try again, or at least. That's usually not very helpful. We do have a brochure on our website that covers this topic in more detail, and anyone can just go on there and have a look at it online if they know someone that's impacted by pregnancy loss.
That's really good and really important, because I think sometimes people, want to reach out but are scared, because they don't want to make someone feel worse, or like you said, you don't want to, minimize their grief, and and it's, for, their whole lives, it's something they have to deal with. So I think, like you said, checking in regularly is really important.
And like you said, you can't make them feel any worse. They've just
Yeah,
lost their baby, so they're feeling the worst now. You can't make them any more sad. So it's
yeah,
important to check in and let them know that you care.
yeah, definitely. And Beads of Hope, that started on the 1st of June and that runs to the 31st of August, is that right?
Yeah, that's our annual fundraising and awareness campaign, specifically aimed at men. The idea is for men to grow a beard over the winter months, and then they shave it off at the end of August. So they can do this either publicly and fundraise and set up an online website and everything, or it's something they can just do privately to honour and acknowledge their own baby if that's more their thing. So we've got a website set up specifically aimed at dads called beadsofhope.com.au. And it also enables men to connect into our support resources as well. For the free counselling, we have a dad's WhatsApp chat group. So this is one of our main fundraising campaigns and awareness.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah, that's really important that, both the mums and the dads are getting the support they need and deserve. So, yeah, that's really important and really good. Is there anything you wanted to recap or talk about that you feel like we haven't spoken about today?
There's just a few other sort of diverse supports that we offer that people might not be aware about. So we have a monthly online meditation that people can join nationwide. It's available if they're interested. And that, again, the link to register to that's on our website. We have a number of social events for parents as well. So one of our big ones is a Mother's Day high tea, and that's run the day before Mother's Day. Information's on our website. We do forest walks organised through registered forest therapy practitioner, and they're run around the country as well. So we've got one coming up in Queensland next month and in Perth in August.
Beautiful. It's really important. I think, people, looking after their mental health, their physical health. Yeah, it's so important. And for further information, should people go to the Bears of Hope website and Facebook page?
Absolutely. Our website is full of useful information. We have a specific page there for health practitioners if they want to refer anyone to us or order any of our resources. People don't actually need a referral to access our counselling services. They can just go on our website and book themselves in. And our socials as well has a lot of information. And if someone has a question they can't find the answer to, they can always just email us.
Amazing. And there's also the private groups as well for families that have lost a child as well.
Yes, for families and yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today and making us more aware about Bears of Hope. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. Thank you everyone for listening. Take care and have a lovely day. Bye bye.